Okay, here we go. So there's a Rubik's Cube National Championship that happens every year. This year, they decided to put it in one of the most expensive places to travel to and stay at, which is the Hilton Head Island. So that's great. Looks like a cool venue though. You know, there might have been some places I would have picked first, but this one seems to be okay. So anyway, I'll be there. A lot of people have asked about that, so I wouldn't normally make a video like this, but you know, it's nationals and I'm spending a lot of money on it and a lot of people want to know, so I figure this is probably the best way to tell everybody. I'm not staying at the resort where it's being held. I would have liked to, but it was really expensive and now it's sold out, so there's no way you can. I did find one condo type thing that was attached to the well, not attached to the resort, but it was on the resort where the competition is being held. So I would have been at the same place, just in like a different building. But that was also, it was cheaper than the hotel itself because it was a vacation rental by owner, vrbo.com I think. So you could check that out if you'd like. But anyway, it was like $600 for 4 nights. And so the hotel I ended up getting was actually, it's the Ramada. It's about 3 miles away. It's actually cheaper than the hotel I stayed at last year, so I was very surprised to find one that got, a hotel that got decent reviews, that was on the island, that was also inexpensive. So, yeah, because the hotel averages out there are like $200 for a lower quality one. So, anyway, staying at the Ramada, if you're staying there, that'd be awesome. I'm fairly certain that there'll be other keepers there because it was like almost sold out for those days. Being July 30th, 31st, August 1st, and August 2nd. It's the day before the competition. I'll be getting there and then leaving either the night of the last day of the competition or the next morning early. I'll be driving there. It's about an 18-hour drive from my house in Wisconsin to the venue. But it's definitely doable in one day. Last year, I drove to Nationals. It was, MapQuest said it would take 19 hours, and it ended up taking over 20, and I drove that in one day, so this shouldn't be too bad. And I think it'll be easier driving that way than driving out to the East Coast. So, yeah, staying at the Ramada. Comment if you're staying at the Ramada or going to Nationals. I don't know who's going. I know I could check the registration list, but that's a lot of names. Events at Nationals. I'm not doing a lot of events because I'm paying for my registration fee, because that just kind of makes sense that I would pay for it since I'm competing. And it's going to cost me like almost $100 to compete in the events I want to do. So that's like a lot, because the most I ever spent on a competition to compete at was Nationals last year, and that was like $70 because I didn't do a lot of events. So anyway, registering late, there's a $40 base fee because I didn't know back then if I could make it or not. Now I got a hotel booked. I still don't know for sure that I'm going, but I mean, I probably am. And then once I pay that ridiculous registration fee, I mean, it's not really ridiculous, it's just expensive, because they have bills they have to pay for Nationals, but once I pay that, it'll be more certain that I'm going. So, events I want to do are Clock, Pure Minx, Mega Minx, and 3x3 for sure. And then I'm not doing 2, 4, Square One, and some other events. I'll also be doing FMC for sure. And then probably feet, because I like feet. But it's $15 to do feet, and that is because they only use the timers that they use for feet once, and then they sell them at Nationals for a reduced cost. So it's a good way for people to get timers cheaper, and also they don't have to use feet timers again. So there's that bit of information for everybody. Yeah, besides that, I'll have all of the snacks. So if you can carry food in the venue, I'm going to have a lot of snacks. So if you need some snacks, I'm probably the person you want to come find. So if you are interested in talking to somebody from the internet that you know of, but you've never met in real life before, so they don't know who you are, but you definitely know who they are, the best way to do that is to walk up and tell them your favorite animal. Don't tell them your name. Just walk up and just say your favorite animal. And then depending on their level of understandingness, they will become friends with you. So, I mentioned this before, but if you're going to Nationals, comment down below. Comment your goals for Nationals, because I actually like hearing a lot of people's goals and what you're excited for at Nationals. If it's going to the beach, catching an alligator, finding a corn snake, you never know. So I'll be selling quite a large number of cubes there. I'll make a video on that later, but if there is a cube that I have that you want, just make me an offer. Comments, message, I don't really care, because I'm pretty much open to selling almost any of my cubes. So that is it for Nationals. I hope you enjoyed the colorful background with a bunch of stuff. Since you can see them, I'll mention them. These are Cubes for Speed cube covers that they sent me for my competitions here in Wisconsin, and they work perfectly. If you are good enough to use them, you can even use them for clocks, so it can be used for all of the events. And now I'm sidetracked enough that I'm going to end the video. Goodbye.